The other day, Zach sent me this clip of Game Grumps with their what's
Oh
it
yeah,
called? Like
no,
Cookie
I had
Crisp
him
or
send you
something like.
that. The fucking
Oh,
the Honey Crisp. Can't get enough of
yes.
that Honey Crisp. And that's
I was
all.
wondering why he sent that to me, but then there was
Sugar
the part
Crisp,
where they were
actually.
like,
Yeah,
Sugar
'cause
Crisp, yes.
yeah,
And
because
then there was a part where it was like, he got verified on Twitter, and I was like, oh man, that aged in some way.
Oh yeah, because he had Marco and I watched that clip set the other night, and I was like, oh my god, please send this to Coco. It's so important. Because they never get political, and in this one stupid fucking bit, all of a sudden they're talking mad shit about real world stuff. It's so fucking funny. God.
It's amazing.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Daniel
with the party
Avadaniel?
system, it's very likely that neither party really has your best interest in mind.
Okay, get enough of that sugar. This fucking. I'm going to eat you both alive. I can't believe it. This bit is too fucking funny, but also insane.
Speaking of which, Marco never responded to the clip I sent him.
Oh no.
Sad.
Oh no. He was so happy though to get it. Like he was in voice chat. Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I love it. It's so cute." He just probably forgot because he got that night he got home at like 1 a.m. because he's now working like late shift.
Holy
like
shit.
on I think it's Sundays now. Like it's not like any longer apparently than his regular shift. It's just he closes at 1 instead of 12.
Blech.
Yeah.
But I'm proud of our Sunyan.
Yes, I am proud of him too. He's a good boy.
Alrighty, well, hello, folks.
Okay, we're just gonna leave that in.
I don't know how much of that I'm gonna keep in. Maybe all of it, maybe none of it. Maybe it'll be like 5-second skips, so you have to create a jigsaw puzzle of your own to put pieces together.
5-second skips of just ooh, ah.
But yes, hello, mis cielitos. Welcome back. Coco is here with me, and we are continuing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright.
A game that makes me fucking insane. Anyway. The Inquisition's investigation seems to have yielded some unexpected results. You know, such as my whole worldview being just torn asunder.
Everything I know is not real.
Everything is
Whatever.
fucked up. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Jesus Christ exists! That's right!
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. It's all up in the air, but I mean, the Christianity...
The part we just don't know is if he was God's son. Or not.
Just fucking the judge having absolute existential crisis in like... fucking stereo because he's like, this place isn't real. The outside...
your existential crisis.
Yeah. God. But can someone explain them to me?
Your Honor, the Inquisition will interpret the results of its investigations. Witness. You said you were about 6 years old at the time of the incident. Yes, that's right. Did you see the moment the dragon appeared above the town? Huh? No, I don't remember. I remember seeing it at some point. It was like a flash. The town was ablaze and this fiery beast was hovering above it. Then, when you noticed the dragon, the town was already engulfed by flames. Yes. That information completes the picture. Miss Cantabella's statement has offered me an insight into the true story of the fire dragon. Over 10 years ago, Miss Cantabella was in the belfry, unconscious. What events led to this? Perhaps we will discover that in due time, in due course. When she awoke, the whole town was on fire. Having inhaled much smoke, she was still dazed. She was only vaguely aware of her surroundings when she looked up, alarmed by the scorching heat. Unable to stand, she was on her knees. And then, she saw something she would remember her whole life. She saw a terrifying fire dragon attacking the town. She saw it through the fretwork in the balustrade. The shape of a dragon against a backdrop of the town being swallowed up by flames became imprinted in her memory. That is the truth about the fire dragon. That is what I have deduced. It wasn't a monster. Miss Cantabella, the illustration you have drawn for us bears an uncanny resemblance to the fretwork in the belfry. You saw the dragon when you were confused, possibly mildly asphyxiated from the smoke. There was no magic and no magical beast.
You believe a stranger, but not your father. It's so typical of a teenagers. You should have... This guy has gaslit a whole town and he's like, oh, my daughter believes someone else. I can't believe it.
Why? I can't understand why people don't trust me.
God, right?
I'm such a victim.
That's why your wife left you. You should have listened to me. And now that all the mysteries have been unraveled, can we not end this trial and go home? I mean, I think you should be arrested. But...
as much
CEO,
as we'd all...
as we know.
As we know. As much as we'd all like to, I'm afraid it is still a bit too early for that.
What else do you want from us?
There's just one more problem I'd like to solve tonight.
One more? What on earth could it be?
Miss Cantabella, we've ascertained that you were in the belfry when you saw the dragon. However, that creates a new question. How did you get there? Oh, I haven't thought of that.
Huh, yeah, neither have I. Oh!
As expected of an ace attorney, Mr. Wright seems to have noticed the problem too, at last. At last. In order to access the belfry, you need to use the bell tower mechanism.
I mean, in the flashback, she did have the baby thing. The mechanism can only be set in motion with the pendants.
Indeed. Miss Cantabella, did you have your pendant with you at that time? Yes, I think I did. I always had it with me. But why did I have that pendant? I can't remember it at all.
Pendant is not just for show, it's the key to the belfry. Why was she carrying it around?
We must also not forget that one pendant does not suffice to operate the contraption. 2 of them are required. 2 pendants. Miss Cantabella, are you certain that you were alone in the belfry? No, I wasn't alone. I was there with a friend.
What friend? Kitty.
Eve! Where did you go off to? Hanging out with Pocket.
Yeah.
The friend you mentioned, was it this cat? Yes, she's my best friend. We've always been together. Without Eve, I would have been so lonely. That kitty's always appearing out of nowhere to keep Aspella company. Of course she does. After all, Bazella is always accompanied by a black cat.
Bonks head against wall.
What you saw from the bell tower when you were little was so terrifying that even an adult would have been scarred for life. The town burned in front of your eyes. You thought you saw a fire dragon. You see, your memories have been twisted by the horrors you saw. What do you mean?
You have PTSD.
The dragon you saw wasn't real, and I suspect that the friend who was with you in the bell tower might not have been that cat. Oh, it was her! It was Eve, my only friend!
Well, for one thing, if you were asphyxiated, the cat would have died. Like, they're too small.
Miss Cantabella, the pendants needed to access the belfry is too large for a cat. Are you following? If Eve was with you, it would have been impossible for you to enter the belfry.
Wait! Inquisitor, where is all this going? You have no right to tamper with my daughter's memories. Excuse me? Is that just for you to do? I'm sorry, is that for you to do only? As your dad?
Yes!
My goodness.
You're right, of course. However, neither do you. Nor should you attempt to cover up the truth.
Ah!
No, you're wrong! Eve was my only friend! Think about that day again, Miss Cantabella. You went to the top of that bell tower with a friend who also had a pendant.
Well then, why don't we just have the defense present some evidence? Can you prove that someone was with Miss Cantabella in the belfry that day? If so, I'd very much like to see the evidence. Oh, what? Why me? It was the professor's idea! If nothing on the legendary fire, why ask me for proof? Well, there's one person who has a pendant like that. Right, I suppose you wouldn't have any. One of us remembers that incident. For that guy. I've had enough of this, Your Honor! You have no grounds to continue this trial. Well, we appear to have reached a dead end. There's nothing else for us to do.
Objection.
Please hold on, Your Honor.
Oh, what is all this all of a sudden? Inquisitor Layton?
The defense does not have the necessary evidence, but someone else does.
What do you mean?
This time, the Inquisition will present its evidence. Save right now. Well,
What the fuck's happening? You son of a witch! This is what you wanted from the very start, isn't it? Well, in that case... Inquisition shall present evidence. Somebody was with Miss Cantabella on the bell tower when she saw the fire dragon.
Alright, just present the bell of ruin.
For real? Just make sure that this...
That's not the correct answer. That's why I told you.
No,
to
I know.
save,
Just
but...
let me make sure that there's a save state made properly. Okay, yeah, it made it. All right.
Have a look. Objection.
Yeah, that was random. Or is the Inquisition just testing the waters?
What's with that satisfied look on your face, Nick?
I've always wanted to do this. Everyone's always poking fun at me if I ever present the wrong evidence. It feels so good to do it to somebody else for a change. Unfortunately, Inquisitor Layton, I fail to see a connection between the matter at hand and the evidence you presented.
Well, if you don't test the waters, you don't know if you're out of your depth. Present the correct evidence next time. Looking very happy again, Nick.
It's music to my ears. Someone other than me making a silly mistake and coming up with lame excuses.
Maybe you could use some time off so you can release your pent-up frustration.
Ah, that's so funny. Well, in that case. Okay. There. Alright, let's see what this other stuff. The first story, a handmade picture book about witches found in a spellless room with the storyteller's tower. A picture of two girls. Photo of two little girls found in the storyteller's room. And a suicide note! Gosh, I think that's a little... To his friend about his daughter and his feelings of guilt. I would think the picture of two little girls, because the suicide note feels a little maudlin.
Yeah.
Have a look.
This is the proof. Oops. I'm not Layton. I thought Pheenie was taking over his body for a second.
This is the proof. Such a fucking cute picture.
They're really cute kids.
This photograph shows Miss Cantabella with a friend.
Oh, golly, this is the finest illustration I have ever seen. Head in hands.
Oh, you poor man.
You fucking moron.
He doesn't know.
I know, but he's so brainwashed, but also so goddamn stupid.
It's a photograph.
It looks as if it were a reflection of the real world on paper. Tell me, who created this exquisite work of art?
Well, Your Honor, I understand you are fascinated, but let us focus on what this picture shows. This picture was found in the storyteller's tower. And then the entire trial just goes off the rails because everyone's like, oh my god, this is an amazing painting.
Literally, Professor Layton then gives a 2-hour seminar on cameras and the origin of photography, and meanwhile, Phoenix is falling asleep.
Yep. Mr. Cantabella, we have taken the liberty of borrowing it for this trial.
Enough to look away for a second and you already caused trouble.
Professor, aren't photographs against the rules? Maya.
I
Yeah, I'm not reading the rest of this.
I mean,
the
this is
hell,
supposed
Maya?
to be a medieval setting. Maya, what are you talking about? Who cares? God.
Meh, who cares? I think that sums up like 80% of
What's
this
happening
game.
here? Yeah.
Of this trial, rather.
Yeah. Phoenix is just like, I'm checked out.
What's important now is helping Miss Cantabella to grasp the truth. And in this case, the end justifies the means. It's slightly slanty.
Yeah, you're right.
Please take a close look at the two girls in this picture. Each of them is wearing a pendant.
Why, that's so. These are the belfry contraption pendants.
We know that one of these girls is Miss Cantabella. But then... who is the other girl?
Accused, do you have any idea? Spella, are you okay?
It doesn't look like she is. It's me. And the other girl is I don't know.
Spella! Your Honor, stop this trial. Stop it right now. Can't you see you're driving Espella into insanity? I mean, you should have stopped, fucking messing with your kids' memories. Fucking weirdo.
Objection.
What do you mean?
Right?
It's just the opposite, Mr. Cantabella.
Huh.
If we turn away from the truth now, Espella will close herself to the world forever. Mr. Wright.
Yeah?
You know who it is, don't you? You know the identity of the other girl in this picture.
What, like it was hard? Is that so? If the defense knows that. Tell us all who the other girl is. It's
Let's
obviously
see, there's
Eve.
one purple-haired person in this entire town.
Obviously it's that gal.
Yeah.
Or this
Yeah! No, it's the storyteller!
Ha! Yes, I was the little girl all along. I'm thinking it's High Inquisitor Darklaw. High Inquisitor Darklaw? I cannot say I didn't have a slight suspicion about her, but, oh my.
Miss Cantabella, do you say? Do you now remember the girl next to you in this picture? I was with Lady Darklaw.
This is crazy. What are you basing this preposterous claim on? But, Mr. Cantabella, this girl closely resembles the High Inquisitor. Resembles? That's just your personal opinion. It's meaningless to in the court of law.
Objection.
You want evidence? I've got it. What? Definitive proof that the girl in the picture is High Inquisitor Darklaw is the other pendant.
Yes.
Take that.
And this is the proof it was the High Inquisitor. Pendant needed for that contraption in the bell tower. I have Miss Darklaw's testimony here. She said this pendant was hers. So, the other girl in this picture is definitively Miss Darklaw.
Is it really?
Pet the kitty.
0 to 10 game can't pet kitty.
This is bullshit.
Eve, where are you going?
Cat that sees gay people.
I was expecting you, Miss Darklaw.
I see that I was not mistaken about you. I trusted in your ability to get this far. Hi, Inquisitor Darklaw! Where did you just appear from? Does your memory not serve you well, Your Honor? You know what I am. I can disappear at will anytime I wish to. So, storyteller. Everything has worked out just as you had written. O revered creator of Labyrinthia. Darklaw!
Lady Darklaw. Doki doki.
The only redeeming thing in this game, lesbians.
2 pairs of lesbians.
2 pairs of lesbians!
Miss Darklaw. Did you enter the Belfry with Miss Cantabella when you were little?
Yes, I did. Then you have memories of events from before 10 years ago. I certainly do. The cat has to be between peoples. For modesty. Order! Order! Order in the court!
Lady Darklaw, you were with me.
Your memories have been suppressed by that man.
But it was with Eve.
Eve, huh? Eve the Black Cat.
Yes, she has always been my dear friend. She was by my side on that day, too.
What a bizarre coincidence. Darklaw isn't my real name. What? Then what is your real name?
But everyone has an on-the-nose name in our universe.
It's Eve. What? What?
You are Eve? Oh. Eve.
Bella.
My dear friend, Eve. It can't be! That flashback wasn't real!
Well, I should also mention that this cat is only 2 years old, so... yeah. Darklaw, why are you doing this? Are you trying to undo everything I have accomplished in the past 10 years? No, you've already ruined everything yourself. What is it that you want? What I want? My aim is to make the truth known, so that everything returns to how it should be. It's Darklaw. Will you tell us about what you remember about what... will you tell us what you remember about what happened back then, more than 10 years ago? It would be my pleasure. It was the day of the fire festival. Vespella and I went up the bell tower. The wind was strong that day, and the sun had set. The festival began. It's true that the whole town burned down that day. Fire consumed buildings and people, turning them into ashes. We were the only survivors. We stayed in the belfry while the world below us was being eaten up by hungry flames. The legendary fire is no fable. It happened here more than 10 years ago.
Objection!
There are no such thing as magic and fire dragons, so how could a whole town be destroyed in just one night? Well, you see, if the wind was really strong, Pheenie, that means the flames were really big. Yes, that's something I'd like to know as well. Also, if all of this was recreated, like, inaccurate stuff, they were probably made of highly flammable things. Like wood and straw and stuff.
Yep.
Even if we assume the celebratory fires got out of control, surely the whole town wouldn't have perished like that. I think that's a Spella.
Now it all makes sense.
Oh! he's a good impersonator, that Layton.
Don't make fun of me, Layton! Don't make fun of me, Layton! That was the missing piece of this puzzle.
What do you mean, Professor?
I can imagine now what transpired that night. What happened in the belfry, and what caused the legendary fire. We have all the clues we need.
Gasp. The Inquisition has evidence to show us. I'd very much like to see it. What caused the legendary fire?
The bell of Notre Dame.
Okay, but like for real though.
No, it's the bell ruin.
Okay. I was like, wait, are you sure? Because last time you had me do this, I got in trouble.
Have a look.
The cause of the fire is in the belfry.
It was the bell?
That bell had been made by the natives and later sealed underground. It was called the Bell of Ruin. Bell of Ruin? By the way, why does this bell have such an ominous name?
Could it be because it's made of pure silver? Pure silver?
Exactly. Mr. Cantabella has told us earlier
that everyone who lives here has a very peculiar condition. This condition makes people fall unconscious upon the sound of certain metal being struck. Oh god.
So just to clarify, like this first legendary fire that they're talking about is before the whole experiment started.
Yeah, but
so this was when it was just like, you know, regular.
This is how he figured it out.
There. Yes.
Man, and then you turned it into a pharmaceutical fuckery. I should hit you with my car.
And that metal is pure silver.
Yes, and we've been told the condition is brought about by drinking the groundwater.
Indeed. That bell was also the reason why the original inhabitants of this area decided to forsake it. It seems that the Bell of Ruin caused a devastating disaster. To those who have gained entry into the sanctum, heed our words. You must not ring the bell of ruin.
Can't help but wonder what disaster this bell had caused.
An enormous bell made of pure silver, and the locals with their peculiar condition. It's not too hard to imagine what happened. It was probably the same calamity as the one that happened over 10 years ago.
And that is?
Well, what disaster happened to this town before Labyrinthia was built?
Ah! The legendary fire.
Now, let us contemplate the following scenario. What would happen if the Bell of Ruin were sounded during the Fire Festival? Oh!
Everyone who heard it would fall unconscious.
As it was an annual festival, all the townspeople were assembled in the town square.
Oh, dear.
Therefore, on the night of the Fire Festival over 10 years ago, all the residents instantly lost consciousness when the bell was struck. No! Had it been even just slightly windy that day, the fires lit for the great witch Bazella would have gone out of control. And they would spread throughout the town with no one left to stop them.
Because everyone was unconscious. You know what? Aside from the Bell of Ruin, I feel like I would stop doing the fire festival, you know? The precaution?
Exactly. That also includes the two girls who were in the belfry.
Spella and I.
You were the closest to the source of the sound, so it was inevitable. When you recovered consciousness, it was already too late. The town had been swallowed by flames, as if a dragon had come to burn it. That was a calamity caused by the bell.
Calamity.
You say here that the cause of the calamity is the great witch Bazella. That night, in this very town, Bazella was more than a mythical persona. And back to the shitty, disassociated motif.
She's losing it again.
Why did that trigger for any reason? It's dumb. Why are we talking?
Or weak drama.
Dabs.
The Bell of Ruin.
We already know, guys. Come on.
Bazella.
You're just gonna have to go to therapy. Get you some serotonin meds. You'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be fine. And with that,
We will
end
end
the
this
episode.
episode right here. Thank you, lovelies, for joining us, and see you next time.